I know it was season 8, but I don't know why. I blame you and your hard cocktails. I put down season 9, and now all of Bob the Drag Queen's fans are judging me on... Oh, hey! Hi! It's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, Episode 11. And all I have to say is, Jorge, drink me! Oh, look at you making our, this doesn't look near as pinky or slappy as Alistair's drink. This is the Pink Slapper. We're at Wilma Bar and Lounge, 996 Queen Street East, and today's drink was the Pink Slapper, which is a little apple cider, and we had a shot of tequila, some lime juice, a little soda. I think that this is just really dishwater, quite frankly. I don't know. All right. No, it's just tequila. All right, thank you, Jorge. Okay, so we started this episode off by saying bye to Monet. God bless. I'm so glad that they found a sponge for Cameron to wipe off the mirror, because quite frankly, I'm already missing Monet and her spongy goodness, but thank God that video is doing so well on YouTube. All right, so that said, you know, I found it funny that Cameron was having that whole moment where she was going on about, this is not my favorite thing, I don't like to send people home. She was being Ben de la Creme all up in her delicious goodness. And what made that funny for me was in the confessional section where she's not in drag, she had a big old smile on her face the whole time she was saying it, so I don't believe her. I think she absolutely loves sending somebody home. I think she was just being PC about it by letting the fans know she feels bad. She might send girls home. Well, as Asia said, then go home. You go home then. And wasn't Asia fun? Because she had an opinion about everything, especially Cracker as well, who finally, after winning, felt like she was on an upward track. The second to last episode. Well, good time to go upward is all I'm saying. Right at the end so you don't miss anything. I'd rather go under then. I don't want to know how it ends if I'm not winning. I'm just saying. So, the girls were in the workroom for a brand new drag day. And, you know, like they do, they just like to kibitz and share and fill time. I'm sure the producers forced them. And they were talking about, what did you look like when you first did drag? This is what I look like. Hard cheese is all I'm saying, with a lot of rind right around here. Seriously. But as no one is surprised, Aquaria was the only girl who said, well, I think I look cute. Of course she did. She was using Photoshop in her bedroom. And who doesn't look cute once you've thinned out the edges is all I'm saying. Seriously. But before everyone could tell Aquaria to shut up, there was Ru at this week's mini challenge. Resting brunch face, they had to make pancake faces. And the only thing that I was most impressed with was Cheyenne Jackson. What the hell was he doing there? I mean, I don't think Cheyenne, well, no, that's not true. He was a judge in All Stars 3. So now I feel stupid for judging. But it still seemed odd, you know, just out of the room. There's Cheyenne Jackson. And you can see the girls were all like, what's going on? What happened? And he was the judge of the pancake face, because clearly he eats a lot of pancakes. Bastard, skinny freak. That said, the girls had to decorate pancakes, and I like that there was a broad spectrum of reaction to this. From Aquaria trying not to throw up at all that food. She's not used to being around such amounts of it, I'm sure. She just little bird bites and moves on, but this was it right in her face. She was holding it back like the tide, you know. And then there was Eureka, who did not stop eating the whole time she decorated her pancake. And this is no surprise, because if we remember last season 9, when she was doing that Good Morning Whoever You Are challenge, it was her and Nina Benina Brown doing Drag on a Diamond. She was eating Spam, which, because Spam sucks. I was very impressed with Cameron's pancake, because Cameron was the only one who did a candy pancake. You know, whipped cream, sprinkles, deliciousness. This is the problem. This is why I don't like pancakes in the morning. It's too early in the day to have cake and whipped cream. This is me speaking, and I'm a fat girl, I'll tell you. I never think it's too early for a lot of things, but pancakes too heavy for me. And Cameron's was the exact example of what I don't like in a pancake. That said, I was very impressed that Eureka, after nibbling as she was assembling her pancake face, had enough food left over to need 2 plates to do her display. Because I thought for sure she'd end up with one little olive in the center, and that would have been it, because she just... that said, I was also impressed with Aquaria's pancake, with the hands and the eyes and the Guillermo del Toro reference for Pan's Labyrinth, and the fact that she didn't throw up on any of it. Very good for her. But the winner, of course, was Asia and her Panquisha. Was that what she called her? Panquisha. Hilarious. And even though Cheyenne Jackson went through the motions of putting things in his mouth, which is why I think his marriage lasted this long, he chose Panquisha as the winner. And this set Asia up for, well, nothing. I hate it when the challenge win is just a couple of gift cards and a pat on the back. There should be a step up on the next challenge, which Ru told them was double trouble. The girls not only had to do a good twin, had to do not just an evil twin, but their inner saboteur. Or as Cameron liked to say, saboteur. I don't know what that, he doesn't look French to me, is all I'm saying. But we corrected Cameron quite quickly, because Ru went through the workroom and told everyone what was what. And the main thing about Ru walking through the workroom with all these girls was that none of them were dark enough or going far enough. She didn't want an evil twin. She wanted the evil voice that's in everybody's head. And I have to say, as the girls struggled, especially Cracker with her sewing machine woes, what is it with sewing machines in these girls? They seem to be able to make anything when they're at home. I think that the producers throw spanners in the works and sabotage these sewing machines, so these girls are screwed and have to force a look out at their padded asses, which is exactly what Cracker felt she had to do. But there was Eureka saying that this wasn't a challenge about making an outfit. It was a challenge about styling an outfit, trying to put a point on a look with a theme. I think the bigger challenge was writing their voiceovers, because these girls sucked at it. I am just saying. I didn't like anybody's. Well, no, that's not true. I thought Eureka's had a good one. But the problem, the greatest thing about Eureka on stage was her whole presence. Well, the whole time she was on, evil, good, she was performing. And Lena Dunham loved her. And that's good enough for me. I loved Aquaria too. I mean, Eureka too. Aquaria, though, oh my God, I didn't expect much. And the whole time Ru was going through the workroom and talking to girls, they left us in the edit with this feeling of despair for Aquaria. She wasn't going to pull it out of her ass. But she did. Oh my God. I no longer think Valentina is the most glamorous queen on RuPaul's Drag Race. It's Aquaria. Jesus. With her one little titty shell dress and the weird tricorn hat and the feathers and the ha-ha-ha. She looked great. But then she turned around with that whole evil twin thing. And then, as Ru was worried, there were a lot of bones and unexplainable accoutrements. And yet, once it was on and she was selling it in that black swoopy wig, oh, Black Swoopy Wig was my drag queen name in hair school. That said, I thought Aquaria really sold that look, and I don't even remember what her voiceover was. I couldn't care less about her voiceover because she looked so good. The queens that struggled, of course, Cameron, she did. If you've ever played any of those deck building games, is anyone else a nerd like me? Is it just me? I'm this nerd. There's always a picture of some like ice princess or some warrior demon. That's what she looked like. And this is Cameron's brand. So on one level, good for her, but on a RuPaul's Drag Race level, meh. You know, she looked good, but what was the point? It was like two exact characters. There was no introspection, which is what Ru wanted. There was no deep thought and hateful moment in the voiceovers, which Ru wanted. It was just all surface for Cameron, bless her. And she did a great job, but it wasn't doing her any favors. Somebody else who did herself no favors was Cracker, God bless her. Running with the theme of being all up in her head, this explains to me why she has such big wigs. It needs a lot of room for her to get up in there. And she just overthought the whole thing again. And the worst of it was, for somebody who advertised herself as being the smartest queen in the room, her voiceover sucked. They were boring, they weren't interesting, they were a little too convoluted. Maybe they were too smart. I don't think so, but maybe they were. I'm not here to judge. That's for Michelle Visage and the other people to do. I am just sharing my opinion. And my opinion was Cracker dropped the ball. Because that Marie Antoinette thing was great, but because of her little sewing debacle, she just pulled this other look out, and it had nothing to do with anything. When she was in the bottom, next to Cameron, there was Cameron looking like some hairy Maleficent, and there was Cracker looking like pebbles on acid. Already, it was too much information for a lip sync, is all I'm saying. I have to say, I was very, very impressed that Aquaria won this particular runway, because I think this, not just being one of the last ones to win, but this was also an important one to win because it was interpretive. And the one thing that I think Ru hit a nail on the head with in her critique of everyone was they didn't get deep enough with their voiceover, especially Aquaria, and that boils down to the fact that she's 21. How deep a hole can you dig when you're 21? I mean, literally, it's topsoil and maybe a pebble. There's no loam when you're digging through that soil. There's no dark, earthy sea. There's no bodies in that soil, is what I'm saying. She's too young. I want to see what she has to say when she's 31. You know, she lives that long. The one exciting thing about this lip sync challenge was that it was Cameron's third time, and we've learned on this episode, this whole season, third time does you harm, is what I'm saying. It sends you home. And I mean, Cameron certainly sent Monet home on her third time, and here was Cameron thinking, and I have to say that was a good lip sync. I think they both, I was surprised by Cracker because, you know, she's salty and white, and that doesn't often translate into dance moves. But she had some good ones. She worked it. She whipped her hair back and forth, as the kids are they still saying that? Did they ever? I don't know. But the point is, I think that what really sold Cameron off of that whole lip sync was that whole legs in the air and twisty poo and flippy and then spready, and she was like crunchy peanut butter on a hard bit of cracker, which was Cracker. She was hard and bitter, and there was Cameron spreading it all over her, and she did a great job. But I have to tell you that I think the reason Cameron stayed wasn't because Cameron did a better job in the lip sync per se. Well, she did a good job. I think it's because Cracker, as Ru said in the critiques, had been told by Ru almost since day one to get out of your head, loosen up, let it fly, let yourself be ugly and great and fabulous all at the same time. And she hasn't. And I think that Ru had enough, and that's why she sent her home. I don't think it had anything to do with her lip sync performance. You can let me know what you thought in the comments below, because you know, I answer everyone. Well, not everyone. So. Now we're in the top 4. Now, I was under the impression that next week's episode was the reunion episode, and then we were going to have the crowning. But obviously next week they're going to do the whole RuPaul video production thing. They got to learn choreography, which already has poor Eureka pooping in her padded panties. And then they have to learn lyrics and be fabulous. And I really am excited to see how Aquaria does, because, you know, it's Aquaria. But by the footage that they let us see for next week's episode, it looks like there's going to be a lot of tears and a lot of crying going on. It's anybody's guess. I don't know. I think they're going to just let these 4 go through and do what they did last season, but maybe they won't. The only way we're going to find out is to tune into RuPaul's Drag Race next week. And then when you're done, you come on back and check out my notes, and you and I will compare them, and we'll become best friends. I'm so serious. And in the meantime, don't forget, share this video, like this video, and subscribe to my channel, because I'm a whore for attention. That's all. I'm so serious. That said, until next week, miss me. Mwah. Seriously, Jorge, I think that you could have put a little more pink in this slapper, is all I'm saying.